Leonardo's mysterious life. 5 secrets hidden in his art and inventions. For over 500 years, millions have gazed upon the Mona Lisa's smile. But what if we've all been missing the secret she's been hiding in plain sight? Leonardo da Vinci was more than just the master artist of the Renaissance. He was a grandmaster of secrets. He filled his private notebooks with designs for the future, while embedding cryptic symbols and hidden messages in his artwork, from a lost musical score hidden in The Last Supper to 2 years of his life that are completely unaccounted for. His story is a puzzle box of enigma and genius. Join us as we unlock 5 of the most profound secrets hidden within the life and art of history's most mysterious man. Secret number 1. His paintings are hidden treasure maps. Leonardo wasn't just a painter, he was a master of psychology, optics, and symbolism. He saw a canvas as more than just paint and brushstrokes. For him, it was a laboratory for testing scientific theories, a vessel for layered meanings. He once said that a painting should reveal the motions of the mind, and he lived by that idea, embedding secrets that scholars are still arguing about today. The enigma of the Mona Lisa. At first glance, it looks deceptively simple, but the mysteries of this painting go far beyond the identity of its subject. Leonardo's revolutionary sfumato technique, a soft, hazy blending of tones, creates the very source of her changing expression. Look long enough, and she seems to smile. Look again, and the smile fades. He left the corners of the mouth and eyes in soft focus, forcing our brains to constantly reinterpret her mood. And then, there's the background. At first it appears natural, but when you compare the left and right sides, the horizon lines don't match. The result is subtle, phase unsettling, deeply intentional. It makes her appear monumental, almost otherworldly, as if she belongs to a landscape of the mind rather than a real place. Some have even suggested it could be a coded map or a visual metaphor for hidden knowledge. The secrets go deeper still. In 2011, Italian researchers announced the discovery of microscopic letters painted into her pupils, an LV for Leonardo's initials, and possibly CE or B, invisible for centuries. These tiny marks confirm that he loved embedding puzzles, ensuring his work would never be fully understood at a single glance. The Last Supper's controversial details? Now, consider The Last Supper, painted on a dry wall with experimental pigments. It began deteriorating almost immediately, as if its physical decay mirrored the fading of its secrets. Even in its ruined state, it continues to provoke debate. The figure seated next to Jesus, long thought to be the Apostle John, appears unusually soft and effeminate. The closeness of their postures has fueled a bold theory. Could this actually be Mary Magdalene, placed at the very heart of the Christian story? If so, Leonardo wasn't just painting a meal, he was challenging tradition. And what about the missing chalice? In a depiction of the very first Eucharist, the Holy Grail is strangely absent. Instead, Leonardo focuses entirely on human drama, expressions, and gestures. Was this a theological statement? Or something more dangerous? But perhaps the strangest detail was discovered only recently. An Italian musician noticed that if you draw a musical staff across the painting, the apostles' hands and loaves of bread line up with notes. When played, they form a haunting 40-second hymn. Could it be that Leonardo hid a piece of music inside his most famous mural? If so, he wasn't just a painter. He was a composer who left behind a song hidden for half a millennium. Secret number 2. He designed the future. Perhaps the greatest mystery is how Leonardo seemed to see centuries ahead. His private notebooks are a treasure chest of inventions that look like blueprints for the modern world. Machines of air, land, and sea, he dreamed of human flight, but unlike others, he approached it scientifically. His sketches show detailed studies of birds, wings, and air currents. The ornithopter, a flying machine with pulleys and levers, was designed to mimic the flapping of wings. His aerial screw, essentially a spiral-shaped rotor, is considered a direct ancestor of the helicopter. On land, he designed an armored vehicle, a proto-tank. It could roll across the battlefield, bristling with cannons in every direction. Its sloped armor was meant to deflect enemy fire, an idea that wouldn't be realized until modern warfare. In the water, he created designs for diving suits, leather garments with glass masks and breathing tubes, connected to floating air supplies on the surface. He even included a pouch for bodily needs. Tikakanuch practical, tikakanuch precise. These weren't random sketches. They were detailed, functional plans. And the big question is, how? How did a man living in the 15th century conceive ideas that wouldn't be built until the 19th or even the 20th century? Was it simply unparalleled genius? Or did Leonardo have access to knowledge we still can't explain? Secret number 3, he vanished for 2 years. One of the strangest chapters of his life is the 2 years that are simply missing from the record. In 1476, at just 24 years old, Leonardo was accused of sodomy in Florence. The charges were dismissed. But the shame was immense, and right after that, he disappears. No records of commissions, no mentions of his work. It's as if he vanished from history. Some historians believe he left Florence, traveling in secret until the scandal faded, but Leonardo himself left behind a tantalizing clue, a description of standing before a dark cave in the mountains, torn between fear and an overwhelming desire to enter. Was this a metaphor, or did he literally disappear into seclusion, conducting the forbidden studies that later fueled his genius? Some believe these missing years were when he transformed from a gifted painter into a scientific visionary. Whatever the truth, the man who reappeared in 1478 was no longer the same Leonardo. Secret number 4, he wrote in a secret code. Leonardo's notebooks, more than 13,000 pages, are filled with mirror writing, written right to left. To read them, you need a mirror. The obvious reason is practical. As a left-handed writer, it prevented smudging, but the sheer volume suggests something more deliberate. Inside those notebooks were drawings of dissected corpses, created when dissection was outlawed by the church. He sketched muscles, organs, even the human brain, centuries ahead of medicine. He drew war machines and secret weapons, devices that could have shifted the balance of power. Writing in reverse may have been his way of protecting not only his ideas, but his life. It was secrecy. It was survival. Secret number 5. He cultivated a life of absolute secrecy. Beyond his art and inventions, Leonardo himself was a riddle. In an age of arranged marriages and large families, he never married. He had no children, and no confirmed romantic partners. This secrecy has fueled centuries of speculation, but in truth, we only glimpse him in fragments, financial notes, observations, accounts from others. We know he kept close apprentices, Salai and Francesco Melzi, who inherited his work, but his real feelings toward them remain a mystery. We know he was a vegetarian, which was almost unheard of in the 15th century. He would buy caged birds at the market, only to set them free. He showed compassion and eccentricity in ways that set him apart. Leonardo lived as an outsider, admired by kings, courtiers, and scholars, yet always private, a man whose genius was seen by all, but whose true self was known by none. Leonardo da Vinci remains a figure of profound intrigue, precisely because he invites us to look deeper. His life and work remind us that genius isn't just about what is created, it's about the mysteries left unsolved. He challenges us to question what we see, to search for hidden meanings, to believe that there are worlds of knowledge waiting just beneath the surface. Whether in the subtle smile of a painting, the gears of a forgotten machine, or the coded pages of a notebook, Leonardo still whispers secrets to us.
If you love this dive into the past, hit that like button, subscribe for more epic histories,